Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Great League and just trying out some new teams. Not necessarily having any team set. We're just messing around here. Clodsire paired with the Mantine and Azumarill, so double water in the back here. We are going to be switched out into the Lickitung from our opponent, so we're going to see how much damage we can do. We're going to try our best here to get to at least 2 more arrow aces. Let's see if we can get to 2 more. There's 1. Yeah, we are going to be able to get to another one here. Hopefully. We're going to have to tank this body slam. We do tank it. And we faint on a move. A little bit of lag right there. Not able to get that arrow ace off, which is a little bit unfortunate because now it's going to make it a little bit harder to farm down this Lickitung from this range. We were going to have to tank at least 1 body slam, and it looks like we might have to tank 2 additional body slams at this range. So we just do the next best thing. We leave that Clodsire with 100 energy, and then we switch out into the Azumarill. Here we're going to shield a Power Whip. So this Lickitung by my opponent absolutely put in work. We are met with the Talonflame. We had overcharged a little bit. Let's see if they end up shielding. No shield from our opponent right there. Able to call our Ice Beam bait, and now they know that we probably have Ice Beam and Play Rough. So we are going to throw another Ice Beam right there to take out that Talonflame. And do we have enough health and enough energy to take out this Wishcash here? Wishcash is going to throw a Mud Bomb. They know we threw Ice Beam here. We charged up to potential Hydro Pump. They don't believe us again. And now we are in a bit of trouble because they still have 2 shields, I believe. They barely don't take out our Azumarill. We're going to switch into a Clodsire. Go for the Sludge Bomb bait. We finally get a shield from our opponent. We're going to go for another Sludge Bomb. Gets the second shield, and now it's a race. Can we get to the Earthquake before they get to a move? Well, they need 2 moves. Do they have back-to-back Mud Bombs at this point? 1 Mud Bomb goes through, and as they do have the double Mud Bombs right there. So GG's to our opponent right there. Nice job by my opponent, recognizing we do not have Hydro Pump on our Azumarill right there. They had 2 Pokemon that kind of required Hydro Pump, which was the Talonflame and Wishcash, so they were able to sniff that out, and GG's. So next game we had the Mirror Clodsire. However, they are running the Mud Shot. We're running the Poison Sting. We're going to try to catch a Earthquake here. We do catch the Earthquake, so that's as good as this is going to get right there. And unfortunately for us, we get absolutely hard countered in the back here. This Lantern is going to be able to dominate this Mantine matchup. Looking for the farm down. They're going to go for the farm down. We're going to have to just go for this Arrow Ace. This is just going to chip away. Not even into the yellow yet. So this Lantern absolutely destroyed that Mantine. Going to have to come back in with the Clodsire. We try to throw a move on there. They win CAP, and they're going to be able to get to this Surf here. We're looking to get at least a shield at this point. Let's see if we do get the shield. We do get a shield from the Lantern. They did have some residual energy. This next Surf goes through. Doesn't quite KO the Clodsire. And now we're going to have to go for this Earthquake because we either want some shields down or we want some big damage. So they elect to tank it. And now our opponent here is going to throw another Earthquake. We do tank that Earthquake. We're going to go for this Ice Beam as soon as we have it. This Ice Beam is going to be able to potentially knock it out perfect. But now they're going to come straight back in with their Lantern, and their Lantern is looking really good against our backline. 1 Surf goes through. They basically can just surf their way because of these Sparks. Sparks are going to be able to do most of the damage. And unfortunately for us, we only have Play Rough right here to combat this. So we try to catch a move right here. We do catch a Surf, and even though we did catch a move, unfortunately not enough health and not enough damage to win this match right here. Ends up being a Shadow Steelix. Once again, if we had the Hydro Pump Play Rough version of Azumarill, maybe it would have been a completely different, but unable to win any of these games right here. So we're just going to go for this. I think it's a debuffed Ice Beam. Unable to even farm it down, so GG's to our opponent right there. Alright, we're going to have to switch it up because that last team just was not working, unfortunately. So we're going to completely switch it up. We're going to use a Serperior with the Lickitung and Registeel team here. Kind of 2 really good safe switches in the back with the Registeel and the Lickitung. So unfortunately, we run into a bad lead again. We're going to switch out. We are met with the Sableye after they are throwing a drill run. And we do get the debuff on this Sableye, so we're basically forcing them to go for a foul play here. Our opponent is going to be able to take us out, and we're going to decide to come back in with either Lickitung or Serperior. Probably going to come in with the Lickitung so that we can get a huge energy advantage. We are going to be having to tank some move. We know it's debuff, so we're not shielding this regardless. Ends up being the return. It was a debuff return, so that's as good as it's going to get. We're going to go and just spam a ton of body slams at this point. And interesting enough, they decided to come back in with their Shadow, Alolan Sandslash versus this Lickitung. So we might have a chance to win this backline here. They actually go for the Ice Punch bait right there, which allows us to potentially get to 2 body slams. So we do go for the back-to-back body slam right here. Does this get the shield from our opponent, or will they let it go? They actually let it go. They barely survive it. And we're going to have to let this one go. And we're going to hope 2 shields Serperior can win this game here. So both of us have 2 shields, and we are going to try our best to throw some baits and try to get these shields down. We got a ton of energy right now. We're going to go for the Aero Ace. 1 Aero Ace bait goes through. They do shield it, which is good for us. We are going to have to shield here because we need to try to get to 2 Frenzy Plants right here. If we can get to 2 Frenzy Plants, 1 for the shield and 1 for the KO, we have a chance. We do have 2 Frenzy Plants. Do they have a move available? That is the question. This is certainly going to be a shield. We go for the Frenzy Plant to get, and this is going to be GG. So we are able to win that with a sliver of health right there, and taking out that, I believe, the Sableye with barely, or no, the Sandslash with barely 1 health. So GG's to our opponent right there. Basically playing that to perfection at the end right there in order to just sneak away with the win. All right, next we are met with the Lickitung. We can safely throw this Frenzy Plant right here. Most likely they're going to let it go because we know that Lickitung is super tanky. They do let it go right there. They're going to go for a Body Slam right here. We decide to let it go. And now we know that we can probably get to another Frenzy Plant right here to either get some huge damage or potentially get a shield. We do KO the Lickitung, which is fantastic. They switch into their Glider. We're going to immediately switch out into the Registeel. We have kind of 1.5 counters to this Glider, but this Glider here ends up throwing a dig towards this Reggie, so we do shield the correct move. We go for the Zap Cannon for the debuff. We do get the debuff, so this is helping our chances now. Now we don't have to shield here because we know that it is debuffed. We definitely survived this dig. And now we're going to try our best to throw another move. They actually catch us on a CAP tie. We go for another dig to KO that. And now we are going to try to win this game with the Lickitung. So we're going to have to tank another debuffed dig. And let's see what we do. They decide to switch out into their Trevenant. Their Trevenant right here doesn't quite have a great matchup towards this Lickitung. We are doing some heavy fast move damage right now. But they are able to get to this Seed Bomb. Seed Bomb does about 10%, 15%. We're going to try to overfarm right here. We let them throw a move. And now we have the decision to make. Are we going to go for this Power Whip for a potential bait, or we're going to go for the Power Whip? They actually end up letting the Body Slam go. And now we have no choice but to just spam a bunch of Body Slams. We're going to try our best to save a move. And okay, they actually switch out. And they're going to be able to get to an Aero Ace to take out the Serperior. Now it allows our Lickitung to get the extra energy so that we have a Body Slam available. Lucky for us, we do have the Body Slam to go through, and it is enough, barely, to win that game right there. So another close game right there, able to sneak away with the victory right there. So shout out to that Lickitung doing a tremendous amount of work. All right, next game, let's see if we can get another W. So we got to see what kind of fast move this has. This ends up being the Charm version. So we switch out into the Lickitung. The Lickitung is going to be able to get 1 Body Slam to go through. They decide to bank some energy on that Ninetales. And now all we can do is just go for Power Whips towards this Carbink. This Power Whip is super effective. You know, it does roughly, 15%, 10% right there. We know Carbink super tanky as a level 50 XL. And then we're going to switch right into our Registeel. So Registeel has a great matchup towards this Carbink. We're going to try and throw this Focus Blast. It is not going to KO, which is perfect because we actually want as much energy out of this matchup as possible. They go for the Moon Blast. We don't get debuffed, so we're still looking okay. We're going to switch out to the Serperior. They're going to switch straight back into their Ninetales. We have to shield here because we know that they have the Weather Ball ready. We're going to try our best to throw on ideal timing. This Aerial Ace here would potentially KO, so they end up shielding. And then our opponent here is looking for the farm down, I guess. So we're going to go for this Aerial Ace to get this last shield or the KO. And our opponent does end up throwing a move to force our last shield. We are going to try to farm it down, and we do get the farm down. We're going to go for this Frenzy Plant right here. Frenzy Plant would do a ton of damage towards this Medicham, and we are going to race right back into our Registeel, try to get to the Zap Cannon for the KO. Yes, it does. So GG's to our opponent right there, able to win that back line. So check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.